into 200, and it's just been a whole year of me just eating correctly. And now, girl, I want a burger.
Wow.
I want to like now, I back on to what I was on last year, but today.
Wow. Right. No, honestly though, I give you the total props, because one thing about doing something like that, you have to be consistent, and consistency is very hard to do. Like, you know, in any craft, not even just health, like in order to be the best at whatever you're trying to achieve, you have to be consistent. Right. And it's hard to break away from patterns that you already had. So I know that must have been really hard, but that's amazing that you had your mom as your support system and people around you to be able to motivate you. And I'm sure, did you have like a coach, like a trainer or anybody?
I had a couple, and then, which was the amazing part, because, you know, not a lot of people have access to that all the time, is having a personal trainer or a chef, you know what I mean? My mom put a lot of support behind what I needed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that most people would step up for their kids if their kid's life was on the line, you know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
My
And,
mom,
you know, there is some affordable ways to be healthy. If you do a lot of research and stuff like that, there is affordable ways. A lot of people do like meal prepping, cooking. You know, cooking at the top of the week, like cooking a big chicken or whatever it is, like, you know, baked chicken or whatever, and just kind of meal prepping throughout the week. Did you have like a particular routine that you practiced on a daily basis?
I definitely,
because we need the tea, Sy'raj. Like, we need the tea that's different from anybody else.
I'm telling you, what happened is that I stopped eating out. That's the best thing that you could do for yourself. Like, don't eat from restaurants. Like, for a year straight, I was not eating from restaurants. Actually, I ate pretty much vegan for this year or last year, this year and this last year, and I was at a really heavy weight. Like, people don't understand. That's why they're like, oh, like, how does she lose the weight so fast? When you're at a very heavy weight and you shock your body, like, oh crap, like, yo, she's putting actually like good things in me. You're weight, and the amount that I was like working out and the amount of, you know, nutrition I was putting back into my body, it was like, okay, now I get it. She's just burning off her weight. And so basically, I just stopped eating out. So my grandma would make me like red beans.
Yes, grandma.
Grandma would make me red beans. She would cut rice down to like cauliflower rice or like something in a vegetable. And then, you know, my boyfriend's mom, she's actually like a licensed like nutritionist. She's an esthetician. Like, so she would come over every day for me and just bring me a bunch of vegan meals. She would like,
that's a blessing.
She would massage my body to like burn off any of like sweat or excess weight. She would like scrub my skin. Like, she helped me a lot too. And she actually has a business. So, she has a whole business for that. So she would bring me vegan food every single day, and I would just eat off of that. Salads, you know, pesto sauce with zucchini, and like just really good meals that were just vegan. And
wow, you live the vegan lifestyle. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, Sy'raj. So now I really want to get into social media and dealing with the pressures of the ideal body. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like in our generation right now, social media is it. People eat, sleep, breathe social media, right? And because of that, a lot of the influences and things that people decide to do comes from social media. And so the first thing, when you look up studies, a lot of people go into depression because of the ideal body type, or people feeling like, you know, they're not good enough. How would you say you deal with the pressures of social media in general when it comes to body image?
I've always dealt with it. It was really difficult to deal with my body image, and even still to this day. You know, results of weight loss comes with loose skin and stretch marks and cellulite and all these things that, you know, a lot of people on Instagram seem like they don't have. So It's very difficult to just compare myself to other people, but how I deal with it is just, you know what, I did a lot. You know, I appreciate what I've been through, even if it's me falling down the stairs like I had before and cutting my knee, and now I have a keloid on my knee because I cut myself. I
Mm-hmm.
survived, you know, like
Right. It's
I
the journey.
right, I appreciate that I survived that, and that's a little mark that's going to be there for a minute, and I just have to appreciate that. So when I see, you know, people on social media, I'm kudos to you, girl. You got it, and that's okay if I don't. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's fine. Like, it's not life or death in this situation. I don't need to have an hourglass figure to live a happy,
Period.
long life. Even though I kind of want one, it doesn't.
You know, sometimes, yeah.
So that's basically how I look at it. And I know that a lot of women struggle with that. A lot of depression comes from that. But watch it. You know what I mean? Like, go on Instagram for 10 minutes throughout the day and call it a day. You know what I mean? Do something else. Or
Yeah. And you know, I don't know if you guys out there know this, but actually on the app, you can set a timer to where it'll alert you if you spent over 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 on Instagram. And that's something that I also decided to do for like a straight year just because it helped me with my mental space. And
yeah,
for me, I grew up like super tiny, like different from the average, you know, weight size. I got picked on for being tiny. And I think over time, I just learned that basically to inspire people off of my weight. Like, it's so many people now where they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you could style that at your size. Like, I'm tiny too. Where'd you get your jeans? You know, like kind of just transforming it and making it better instead of something negative, you know?
yeah.
So last question, and then we're gonna wrap things up tonight. So for anybody struggling with body image, weight loss, weight gain journey, what advice would you give them?
I would give them, you know, really, really focus on mental health, really, and get that. You have to really, really learn how to love yourself and pat yourself on the back, because at the end of the day, you're your own biggest support system, and you cannot depend on anybody else to give you any type of happiness. Obviously, support is beneficial, but at the end of the day, you are loved and you are worthy of everything that comes to you. And if you don't feel beautiful in the moment, go in the mom used to tell me, she said, every time you look in the mirror, smile. So you have no reason to, there's no reason for you to think bad if you're smiling. You know what I mean? Even if it's,
Mm-hmm.
and
I love that.
yeah, every single time, if you're feeling depressed right now, you know, go into every time you see yourself in the mirror, you smile. It doesn't matter. Like, you go into the mirror, you see yourself smiling, your mind's not going to wander. And then she also says, don't let a negative thought be in your head for more than 17 seconds. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not let it just stay in your mind. If you're like, dang, I feel really, really bloated. I don't
Right.
look, or I feel really, because nobody really talks about the other side either. I feel very thin today. You know what I mean? I feel like I look very small.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let that sit in your mind for more than 17 seconds. Like, think of something else really fast, because that's only going to linger, and that's only going to just consume your whole energy for the whole day. And most
Mm-hmm.
don't even look at you the way that you look at yourself. You're your biggest
Right.
critique. So it's just stay really, really positive. Keep off of social media if that's going to make you feel away, and just be your biggest support. Really love yourself and look at yourself like, yo, I have been through a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
give
Mm-hmm.
yourself, just recognize that, acknowledge that. That's just I need to get my life.
Beautiful advice. I love that. And another thing I do want to add to that, y'all, affirmations, the music you listen to, the people you hang around, it really does create the world that you live in. But we're going to wrap things up. Sy'raj, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you for being here and just being open and speaking with the people. Love this. Had a lot of fun.
I had so much fun too. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Of course. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys check out Sweet Talks every Monday. Also, check out Sy'raj. She has music coming out. Check out her latest singles.